Hi, Rob Stewart with KMK Consulting. I'm here with Neha Jain. Neha is on the Salesforce Effectiveness team, and she does quite a bit of work with a lot of the tools that KMK Consulting provides. And I thought it would be a good discussion for her to give a flavor of the different types of tools that KMK offers and why this demand is there. So Neha, welcome. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rob. And it is my pleasure. And we have so many tools, which almost all the big pharma companies are using our tools. So I'm super excited to talk about those.
Great, great. So there's several different, I would say either flavors or uses of what we're doing, but basically they're all business intelligence based tools, right?
Correct. Yes, yes. We have a lot of business intelligence tools and which are being used by the field teams, different kinds of field teams basically. So there are some tools which are being used by the teams who target HCP, while there are teams who target accounts. So we have separate tools for them. Some teams prefer to track their initiative performance. So we have tools for them as well for pre-call planning, post-call planning. We have everything to help the field people.
Right, right. And it's a situation where we can go in and we may not necessarily know what the right tool is going to be for them. It's a little
Mhm.
bit of exploration.
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So let's talk a little bit about what they are. So we have the business intelligence tool. We have the SOC tool and the CPM tool or call planning management. Can you describe some of the differences between these?
Sure, sure thing. So basically, business intelligence tool is for the retail teams or for the teams which are actually concentrating on the retail market. And it is a reporting tool and used for the different kind of visualization. So our aim here is to reduce the computer time for a representative so that they can just get everything in a click and spend more time on the field.
Hmm.
So that is about the bit tool. While in case of system of care tool, that is SOC tool that you mentioned. So in case of SOC tool, we are targeting the teams who actually target accounts instead of the doctors directly.
Hmm.
And the interesting thing about the SOC tool, it is not just a reporting tool. It allows you to capture the performance. It allows you to make the strategic decision, and it also allows the representative to communicate with the system. So we have always noticed that there's always some gap between the headquarter people and the representative. Like representative have more knowledge about the accounts as compared to the headquarters. So we
Right.
have some pre-feed questions in there so that representatives can answer those questions and headquarter people can get more clarity on an account and make the decisions with respect to the next strategy that they should do on that
Okay.
account.
Okay.
So that is about SOC tool. And then the CPM. So
Hmm.
call plan management is again to help the team. So basically, usually it happens that we do targeting and we create some kinds of targets for every representative. But when they go in there, sometimes they feel that HCP has changed the address or it is out of reach or the person is not available anymore, things like that. So we give them the ability for like few days, like maybe say 10 days, so that they can go into the tool, they can review their target list if it makes sense to them or not, and then they can provide some kind of suggestion or make the tweaks there, and then it goes to the approval so that everyone feel comfortable and they won't feel that they have or their team has pushed some kind of targets that they cannot achieve.
Sure. Sure. Okay. So when I hear all this, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like it's what uh, reps may do or managers for that matter may do previously without this tool in Excel, right?
Mhm.
In other words, they're going to go and collect all this data and try to figure out how to go about doing this. So it really feels like it's simplifying a lot of that
Yep,
mechanical work,
yep. Because usually if you do it in Excel, it takes literally several days
right?
to figure it out, and then you send it for the approval, then approval takes time. In our tool, everything is automatic. It's just a click away. When you click that this is not a target anymore, it will automatically go to your manager for the approval. He'll immediately approve it via one click, and it's done.
Hmm.
It's
Okay,
as
great.
simple as that.
And do these tools work? I mean, does it help? That
Oh, whatever reviews that we have received from the client, they are super happy, they are super fast, like in fraction of seconds they'll get everything loaded.
okay?
Yep.
Okay, so
And it is live,
that beats
so
days, right? Sure. And I would assume, and I know a little bit about this, but uh, I would assume that there could be fairly significant differences from client to client
Of
in
course,
terms of.
yes, yes. So all the tools are super customizable based on the business need. So if the client has a pretty different need, then we can change the whole view as per the requirement. We can change all the business rules. Sometimes there's a need to configure it or integrate it with their existing CRM system. We can do all that.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, great. And that was my other thought is that this really isn't CRM now, is it?
No, no, this is not the CRM. It is a complementary system along with the CRM. We are
Okay,
not
great.
trying to replace the CRM at all.
Right, right. And it works well. I mean, just from like a real sense, day to day, reps don't feel like they're unsure which way to go. They have a pretty clear understanding of how you bifurcate the two.
Yes, yes, definitely. They can record their sales activity in the CRM tool, but they can make the pre-call planning on our tool. So they have a
Okay.
pretty clear idea and they're very comfortable with it because it is user friendly. It is super user friendly.
Right. Okay. Great. Great. And I know that these tools are the way they've been architected. They're very fast, and they can handle a lot of data. Right.
Yep, yep. They can handle huge amount of data. So we have never heard any single complaint from a client with respect to the performance.
Hmm. Yeah. And that's a bit of a differentiator because what I've heard is some of the off-the-shelf tools can start getting bogged down once you start getting into the millions of records. Where and
Yes.
that's a real turnoff, I would think, for reps.
Yes, yes, definitely. So that is one of our biggest plus point that the tool is super fast. It can handle huge amount of data without any problem, without any delay.
Hmm. Okay, great,
And
great.
the another interesting thing about it is like most of the representative use iPad, so it is iPad friendly. They can use it on any screen for that matter.
So yeah, that's interesting too. It was built for the iPad, right? I mean, it's not
Yes,
necessarily built for the desktop. It's built recognizing that most of the reps are, and not these
right.
days, right? Because everyone's sitting at home like me right now, and you, right?
Yeah.
But in most instances, they're on the road and they need to be uh, mobilized with
Yes.
this information. Right, interesting. All right, well, great. Neha, this is a wonderful introduction to some of the differences and how it plays into the value of the field reps as well as the management. So for those that are watching, if you're interested in learning more, we'd be delighted to speak to you about these tools and the full complement, because I know that we have other more specifically defined tools that have come out for various reasons. But thank you very much for your help here today, Neha.
Thank you so much, Rob. Thanks a lot. Thanks everyone for watching.